Yep. I knew it. I knew I hadn't said it. I started talking and I went, wait. I didn't check my microphone because that's always the thing that we have problems with. Hi, everyone. So we're doing another video. It's been kind of a while. Well, since I did a stream, I did do that little video when I was in my car when I was like, you know what, Jeremy? Let me tell you a few things. For those of you who may be concerned that I'm not wearing blue because some of you do pay attention to that. There's some weird noises happening behind me. Don't worry about it. This jacket is blue. You just can't tell because this camera's meh. For those of you like, wait, didn't we donate money for you to get another camera? Yes, but that doesn't show up until probably another week. At this point, the stimulus check is going to show up before the camera does. So I'm going to use the stimulus check to buy the camera and then swap the money out accordingly, etc., etc. For those of you who are new to these live streams, for those of you who are not new, before I get into that, I do want to make sure all of my audio, I'm not getting tons of messages about it. Yes, for those of you who are new, those of you who may have forgotten, here are the rules. I say rules as if there are any. I have this button. Every time I catch Dewitte lying, I'm going to hit that button. I don't even know if you can still... Does it? Yeah, you can kind of see it light up. It lights up. It doesn't matter. It's for my own amusement. Every time I hit that button, it will be because Dewitte lies. Or technically, because I believe Dewitte is lying. The button press should not be indicative of a 100% factual, like he is not telling the truth. For this episode, a very special episode, and at the moment for this episode only, although I'll probably do it again, because Jeremy has seemed to be upset that we noticed that he didn't... I'm being very careful with how I say this. He seems upset that we're like, wait, did you have sex with a dude? Which is totally fine. Go have sex with people. It's better than having sex with a 15-year-old girl, in my personal opinion. But I have no problem with that. He seems very defensive. He still hasn't denied it. He seems upset that we called him out for not denying it. So there's a charity that I picked out with my moderator. And every time I think Dewitte is lying and I hit that button, I will donate $5 to... Rennie, I'll tell you what that charity is when Rennie reminds me, because it's popped right out of my head. Jace, thank you. The other rule, if you want a guarantee that I will read your comment, a super chat is a great way to do it. That does not mean I will not see it, but those sort of hover in my view, so it's a lot easier for me to catch it as opposed to like hope I get it going by. I'm not saying you need to donate. I'm just saying if you want that to be the case, great. I'm going to try to be less distracted. Usually I'm like, if you want to distract me, do it. But this one's actually a scripted video for once. So I'm going to try to be less distracted. Hopefully, Rennie, if you're here, I think I saw you. You can write down the things that I've missed in case I don't get to them. But after every sort of section of this, of which there will be over 10, definitely 10 at least, I will stop and try to address those. So for those of you... Stephen Casey Miller. Yes, easily distracted. I'm giving you sort of a heads up right now. Easily distracted. Mind's all over the place. So, Drake here, Baroff. What? That's an interesting name. Love it. Thank you. Dora Carlson. Thank you. I haven't been on my Facebook in a while. I will do that. People keep reminding me. I know that last time I said if we hit a certain dollar amount, I'd start breaking things. We're going to break things on this one for sure. It's a very special treat. Shauna Lloyd, thank you so much. One last thing before I get into what this video is about. I know this intro is a little long. Carlos, hello from North Korea. Hello to North Korea. And Gia, oh my God, Gia, thank you so much. No, you're amazing. Someone left a comment saying, hey, shouldn't we come up with a better name for your followers than Baconators? Follower names are not Baconators, they're Bacon Bits. So now you know. And Hank, I forgot to get a Sharpie, Hank. I do. I have furniture markers. It's all right. This one's not getting smashed today. We still have time. Yeah, safety brief. Oh, I don't have my iPro. Thank you, Frank. PebMets, thank you so much. Don't deny you did something when there's video and audio evidence that you did. Second, if you have to say you're not a bigot, it's pretty good bet that you are. Well, the second one seems to ring true. The first one, 100%. Right? We can catch them all these things, which is what this video is about. What an excellent segue. I'm so good at this. I'm not. I'm really not that good at this. Jeremy had put out a video of the top 10 lies that people tell about him. And I watched it because I know Hank. I don't have my iPro. I watched it because I watch a lot of his stuff. My mental health is suffering, but that's okay. There are a lot of things that he said were not true. They're like, these are lies being told about me. That I'm like, I have evidence saved somewhere that this actually is true. So we are going to be getting into that. And before I do, I got to thank everybody because you guys are incredible. Melissa, thank you so much. Love your donation. Absolutely phenomenal. I got to make sure that isn't my moderator. Anyway, I have a friend in the chat. He just messaged me. How's it going? I'm not going to give you your name out. You better not give mine out. Oh, Twitter. Yes, that's another thing I haven't been active on as well. Dora, thank you again. Did you already donate? I feel like you did, but thank you. Stop messaging me, bruh. Oh, wait, no, this isn't him anymore. It's someone else. All right, that's mine. Anyway, sorry. Easily distracted. So, Jeremy put out this video. We're going to respond to it. Now, first of all, let me remind you, I have these. Hold on. Got foot pedal. I got foot pedal. I'm going to try to use them, but my screens are a little weird today. I can't see exactly what I'm doing because I'm using my laptop. It doesn't have the right outputs. I have to get my. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, it's been a very busy week for me, which is why this isn't set up as appropriately as it should be. I'm helping a friend deal with a fairly serious issue, which is requiring a lot of my time. Unfortunately, that takes my time away from you. We can get into that later. But first, the number one, I don't know if he's numerically ordered them appropriately, but the first lie is that Jeremy's brother owns the business or gave Jeremy the business. Now, I've literally never heard this, and I am more involved in the Dewitte shenanigans than most. Jeremy goes on to say that he is the only one who ever owned the business. But that's a lie, and that's $5 to that charity. Ah, yes, LGBT Fallen Heroes Fund. $5. The first $5 right there. Unfortunately, I can't type it up and have a counter. Someone keep me honest on that one. Yeah. So that's a lie. In 2008, Leanda McMurtry, a woman who has lived with Jeremy's mother and is associated with a lot of things with Metro State, weirdly, her name keeps popping up, filed paperwork to claim ownership of the fictitious name Metro State Enforcement in Orange County. The fictitious name is basically, I register the name of this company. It is a name that I have created, and I'm laying claim to it, essentially. If I am gathering what it is correctly. I'm not a lawyer. I don't deal with this sort of thing, so maybe I'm wrong, but best I can tell, that's what it is. Also in 2013, she filed paperwork to own Metro State Protection. In 2016, she filed LLC, or Limited Liability Company paperwork to create Metro State Protection Agency, naming herself manager. Now, over the years, Rania Dewitte, Jessica Bolden, William Vogt, whatever Dylan's name is, Dylan, his brother, and various misspellings of Jeremy Dewitte have laid claims to LLCs or fictitious names. And just a reminder, Jeremy, that falsifying your name on legal paperwork is a crime. I'm pretty sure you know this. We're going to go over that paperwork, but you maybe should not have done that. I didn't actually find Jeremy's real properly spelled name on any relevant legal documents until 2020. Now, if only we could get him to spell his name right on his uniform. Am I right? So, while you may not have gotten the company from your brother, Jeremy, it sure doesn't look like you're the self-made man that you present yourself as. Now, we're going to go over those filings. So, first one, we have 2008, filed by Leanda Marie McMurtry. And this is all public documents. Now, I know that there are concerns about, what about doxing? These are all legal documents have been filed and are available to anyone basically at all times. I encourage you not to use this for nefarious purposes. In fact, I instruct you not to. Can I enforce those instructions? No, but I want to make it very clear that I do not support that, and I would never use it for nefarious purposes. So please don't. These are just public filings. So we have Hershey's filed for Metro State Enforcement Agency. What else do we have? There's more to this. Haha. And then in 2012, Metro State Special Services / Vehicle Protection Unit. That's under William Vogt, which I believe is Jeremy's stepdad. Not 100% on that one, but I'm fairly certain. It is Jeremy's old address, so kind of checks out, right? Fairly certain that's his old address. Then we have Metro State Protection Agency, filed in 2013 by Leanda McMurtry. Again, someone very much affiliated with the Dewittes in some way. There is paperwork that establishes that she used to live with Dewitte's mother, so obviously involved somehow. We have Dewitte Jeremy, or Jeremy Dewitte. I can only assume that's some fellow from Switzerland who just happens to have a very similar name, because it would be illegal to misspell your own name intentionally, which was filed in 2013. Now, why would Jeremy, assuming he filed this under the wrong name, why would he do that? Well, he was a registered sex offender. He probably doesn't want people to be able to look up this company and go, oh, it was owned by a registered sex offender, which is why we also believe that he spells his name wrong on his uniforms. And yes, I do stop to breathe sometimes. Someone asked that question. Now you have an answer. All right, what's next? 2018, we got Jessica Bolden. Now, she's a person that pops up all the time. I don't think she's affiliated with the company anymore. I'm not entirely sure. That was 2018, Metro State Emergency Services Unit. We are still in fictitious names, for those of you following along at home, which should be all of you. Metro State Emergency Medical Services. That was J. Dewitte. Again, spelled wrong, but the address is Jeremy Dewitte's address. How very interesting. That was when he was trying to do the ambulance stuff, we assume, allegedly, I say to protect myself from a lawsuit. Fictitious name in 2019, filed by Rania Dewitte, also spelled incorrectly. Isn't that weird? Rania is also hit with a debilitating case of the misspellings. So weird. So weird. And that was Metro State Special Services Vehicle Protection Unit, which is our current, basically that's the current name, and it is not expired yet, so good for them. But then we also have, filed in 2019, Metro State Towing and Recovery, which is J. Dewitte, spelled incorrectly again. We have Metro State Special Service Vehicle Protection Unit, which is filed in 2020. And this one's actually Jeremy Dewitte's correct spelling. I feel like someone went, hey, bud, you need to knock that off. Which is weird, because now there are two of them filed. Okay, kind of weird. But now we get into the LLCs. And we have Metro State Protection Agency, which is Leanda McMurtry. We have Metro State Emergency Services, which is Jessica Bolden. It's weird that Jessica Bolden does not own both the LLC and the fictitious name. It's not unheard of. It's just like, oh, okay, weird. All right, we have the LLC owned by Jessica Bolden again for Metro State Services, LLC. And then we have Metro State Special Services Vehicle Protection Unit, under Jeremy Dewitte, again, spelled wrong, but Jeremy Dewitte's address. Very interesting. And then, in 2020, Mark Bell. Now, Mark Bell is, there's an ice cream truck driving by. How delightful. I'm going to make use of that later. Some other day. I'm busy right now with all of you. Mark Bell, I believe, was, or maybe still is, an attorney. He has filed requests with Orange County to find out if there are any communications in email between me and anyone else in the department, which I think is fantastic. What a great thing to ask. You're not going to find anything. Not that I didn't try to make contact with Orange County through email, but no one responded to me except for the records request people, which is exactly how it should be. So, oh well. I don't know if they'll actually have that on file, but they won't have a response. It's really a shame. Oh, we're getting too far. We're about to get to the next bit, which is very, very fun. Now, before we do, oh my God, all of you are donating. I've got to catch up. All right, hold on, sorry. All right, Rebecca, thank you. Viper 6, I think Mother One identifies as Popo, and that's the defense strategy. I identify as I would enjoy it if he did. That just Sean Pellegrino, welcome back. Thank you so much for your donation. Hank, I'm sure Jeremy's brother is giving him the business, just not Metro State. I don't know where it comes from. Like, oh, your brother gave you the business. Why? What? Like, I could see his stepfather giving him the business because it's William vote. His brother's name is Dylan, not William, unless I'm missing something. I don't know. Christopher Tillery, thank you. Let me see. John Bramlett, thank you so much. American Gigolo, thank you. If I come to Chicago, we'll get me. I love cheeseburgers. Yes, I will let you buy me a cheeseburger in Chicago. Once I start traveling around. Once I make the big leagues and just do that whenever I want and quit my real-time job. Where something is going wrong with my scroll wheel. I don't know what's happening. There we go. Sorry, guys. Steve-O 1 is moving. Sorry. I'm in Orlando. Can't seem to find his business address. I want to stop and pay him a visit. I actually don't know where his business address is right now. Drakir, thank you. That might be the old one. I just haven't caught up. Oh, okay, yeah. No, it just popped up again. So, yes, if Jeremy is watching, things to learn, because right now we're $5 into the LGBT Fallen Heroes Fund. You're learning how I am able to address your lives. You're going to learn a lot more about detective work in just a bit. Really excited for that one. So stick around, Jeremy, if you're here. Hey! What's up, Tone? Don't you be sharing information about me, though. We got to play some Sea of Thieves sometime. Anyway, people I know are in this chat. It's very weird now, because before I was like, they'll never find me. But now they found me. You might have had something to do with that. Moving on. What's our next one? Yes. Number 2. This one is great. He is going to lose all of his business assets because they are collateral on loans. That's what he says is a lie. He also claims he's never taken out a loan for his business. So, he's saying that he's never, he doesn't have business assets as collateral. Pretty sure that one's a lie. And he's never taken out a loan for his business. We're going to give him 2 for that. We're now at $20. All right. So I've never heard the claim that he's going to lose all of his business assets, but I did a little bit of digging, and I found out that he's taken out a PPP loan, which is basically a paycheck protection loan. I didn't know anything about it until I saw that he had one. In that loan, he claimed that he was a sole prop business, not an LLC, which is what it's registered as. Sole prop is sole proprietorship. I don't really know the difference, except LLC has fewer liabilities for the owner, I think, if something goes wrong. Not really sure. I don't do that sort of thing. Excuse me. In the PPP loan, he claimed he had 6 paychecks that he was protecting. Now, that's very weird, because he also claims that he only has contractors. So why are contractors on payroll, right? Generally, contractors are not on payroll. So it either appear that he lied to get his loan or he's lying to the IRS. Interestingly, there is also a UCC financing statement, which appears to be regarding a loan to Metro State. And I do believe that the collateral pretty clearly establishes that Metro State assets are basically forfeit if he doesn't pay the loan, which directly contradicts his claims. Let's go over those. You're probably not seeing my face yet, are you? That's fine. That's my bad. There's a lot going on today. Yeah. Hi. Am I back? Was I stuck on that the entire time? That's awkward. So, now I was doing things with my hands. That's the thing I was hitting. It's fine. We're gonna move on. We're gonna keep going. Back to this page. Awkward and weird. That's me to a T. All right. So we have this PPP loan. Loan size, $15,000. That's a pretty big amount for someone who claims that they've never taken out a loan. $15,000 is not a small amount of money. Jobs retained. We see 6. Look at that, 6. And it was approved in 5/06/2020. You'd think he would still remember that. That was only 7 months ago. 5. No. 7, 8, 10 months ago. Time doesn't work. Time's made up. It's not real. Don't forget to set your clocks whichever direction. Tomorrow? It's the pandemic, man. I don't know what anything is anymore. All right, so here's his PPP loan, which isn't up anymore on their site for some reason. So maybe he got it like taken down. I don't really know what the deal is. And this is his UCC filings. So we have his address. One of those addresses might be his business address. I'm not really sure. But it was filed in 2019. Excuse me. I don't know if that's still the business. Let's make sure you guys see it because I usually have another computer where I can see where the screen's actually at. I don't have that today because I have a screen behind the camera that I'm reading information off of so that I can get to everything. That's why this is going to be like, what is he doing? Which is why I need to get my computer here set up because it has more video output. I also need to build a new computer, but that's the whole. This one's still running for now. Let's see. All right, so UCC filings. We got some more paperwork on that. Where is the thing? Oh, collateral. All right, so proceeds, chattel paper, I don't know what that is. It's money. Equipment and proceeds, general intangibles and proceeds, inventory and proceeds. That certainly seems to indicate that he has basically his equipment on the line, unless I'm very much mistaken, which I might be. This part is not within my lane of expertise, but it certainly seems to make sense. If any of you know differently, please let me know. Jeremy, you can tell me all you want, but I'm not going to believe you because you've already lied a bunch. So, Jeremy not only claims that, but he also claims that he buys all of his equipment with cash, which I cannot dispute. I know he gets a lot of it at auction for very, very cheap. So when he's like, I have 20 BMWs or what, like 17 or whatever the number was. Yeah, at like 500 a piece, maybe 2,000 at most. Like, yeah, 17 is not a lot when you're buying them at almost nothing. He's also claimed that he does all the wiring, but I'm pretty sure he said that someone else was doing wiring for him at one point. Maybe he just meant the business was doing wiring. I'm not going to hit the button for that because I can't confirm either way. I don't know. But if he's buying all of his equipment with cash, why does he need 37 credit cards? Right? Like a person who has a lot of money is not generally someone who has 37 credit cards. Someone who has like 5 very good credit cards. And they'll use those various credit cards for, like, if they're flying, they use one credit card to get all the points. If they're using, like, if they're buying property, they'll use a different one, right? 37 is the kind of, if I see someone with 37 credit cards, I think that's someone who is using predatory cards in the sense that their credit is bad, they don't pay off their loans, and credit card companies, the predatory ones, are sending him cards knowing that he'll fail and knowing that they'll get a lot more money out of him as they send in debt collectors and all that sort of thing. That's what that tells me. Now, we know he's bad with money, first of all, because he has $1,500 worth of cologne. But also in 2018, when there was that phone call with his girlfriend or mistress, depending on what you want to say. Yes, we believe that came out in 2018. He says that he's out of money and that he's maxing all of his credit cards to pay for his side chick's hotel. Oh, side chick, another word for her if you want to go that route. Now, I think she's actually a lot smarter than a lot of people give her credit for. But she is committing the crime of blackmail, and she did appear to attempt to... well, not solicit prostitution, whatever the opposite is, where you attempt to get someone to solicit prostitution from you. So I guess prostitution. Asking for money in exchange for anal sex, which is what she did, is a crime, potentially. Just in case you didn't know that, Jennifer. Now you do. So if Jeremy's watching this, maybe he can get that information to you. Additionally, we have a phone call with his mother in which he stated that he borrowed money from her years ago, and she corrected him by saying that he had borrowed $1,000 over a week prior. So that seems like kind of like a loan, right? Maybe the money wasn't technically for the business, but I believe she indicated the money was to help with legal fees, which are business related. And let's not forget that he asked his contractors to donate money to the business, saying, quote, "If anyone is willing to donate money, I'll write you a loan and I'll pay you back." And he wonders why we don't trust him. Now, unlike Jeremy, I'm actually going to provide evidence of that. So what we're going to do is this right here.
Ask for money.
This goes on and on and on.
Mom, I haven't asked for money in years. The last
Wait a
time I
minute, you
asked
just
was
took $1,000 not a week ago. How
because
much
of these.
do you think I have in the bank?
Okay. I can only use the phone so much. And
Yeah, so clearly he's asking her for money. And then when he's, no, that's not the button I want. When he's talking to his people, his staff, we got this. Let me get the captions on and go to that.
And that's it. The only thing is honestly, I have no money, so payment's gonna have to wait this week. If you can't do that and you can't understand that, I understand.
I'll work 2 months for you.
Anyone that's willing to donate money right now, I'll write you a loan and I'll borrow it and pay you back.
Oh, he has no money. First of all, he's asking them to donate their own money to the company, which is supposed to be paying them. That's so weird. But we're gonna get to that more. So we're gonna give another button press to that one. We're at 25 now, by the way. And now I get to thank all of you for donating money. I forgot to get water before this. Matt Streck has found his new location. So hit up Matt if you want that. My message you later. I have no reason to know his location. You hold on to that. Tones, get your money out of here. What are you doing? Thank you, though. Tones and I know each other. John Bramlett, Rangers lead the way. Guy's a joke. Hopes he gets buried in jail. I can't say I disagree entirely. I will say I hope if he goes to jail, he survives it. And it doesn't do too much damage to his overall whatever. We'll see. Let's see. Hank, I think Jeremy is insuring his paychecks under each spelling of his name. Oh. Wouldn't that be fun? He's filing multiple of them. No corrections. You're looking sharp today. I got this for $10 in Goodwill, and it fits me like I got it out. You know, I was looking for things to smash, and I found this. I went, I must have it. I don't own a blue jacket, which you'd think I would. Mean Sarton, thank you. Don't philosophical about time. You can't 50-50 relativity. You're right. You're absolutely right. Someone said, Flea Willie. Hi, Flea Willie. How's it going? Yeah, I watched the video. Poor is 1 to 2 credit cards. Well off is 4 to 6 credit cards. Con man is 37 credit cards. I legitimately can't think of a good reason why someone had 37 credit cards. I've known some very wealthy people. They did not have 37 credit cards. Now, I was not one of those. I just happened to. Anyway, I'm not trying to be like, I associate it with society's finest. No. But I had some friends briefly, and then we went separate ways. It's fine. No, they did not buy me a house. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, we're going to get to houses in just a second. Frank, as my dad stated, that many cards meant robbing Peter to pay Paul. Yes, that's something that I thought too, is he has that many credit cards to maybe like swap money over to avoid them coming after him, where you sort of move the money around or the debt around. That was something that I considered. And Joe, thank you. I'm rather fond of this stream format as well. Keeps it kind of like a late night show vibe, just much less competent. I have no misgivings about the competence of this show, but we have fun with it. Anyway, is Jeremy still seeing his mistress? As far as I know. Pretty sure. All right, we're at 25, right? We're at 25. We're going to move on. Jeremy lied on his home loan, according to him. Now, or let me rephrase. Jeremy says that the number third of his top 10 lies is that he lied on his home loan, indicating that he did not lie on his home loan. And once again, I've never heard this one before. Jeremy, these are the top 10 biggest lies? Are you serious? Really? Now, he also insinuates that his home is worth close to $500,000 and previously claimed that it had 6 bedrooms. We're going to go $30 right now. We're going to say that on $500,000 and 6 bedrooms. I don't think so, bud. And let me tell you how I know. We're at, Randy, what's the amount we're at? Was it 35? I think it's 35. Anyway, $35 so far. All right. Tackle Mall Cop. I'll read it. I'll read it in a second. That's good. That's good. According to Zillow, his residence is a 4-bedroom house that was sold for $238,500. I've also seen the deed to the house, which, yes, shows that exactly that price. For those of you keeping track at home, though, that's not even close to $250,000. Well, I mean, it's kind of close to $250,000, but it's not quite $250,000. I don't know why I wrote it like that. It's fine. But maybe it has doubled in value since 2020. No, it hasn't actually. It's currently listed at, I believe, $244,863, at least at the time of me writing this script, which I'm reading off from behind the camera. That's what it was. Now, maybe he's referring to its value in taxes. So I look up Orlando parcels of land, right? Exactly like that. That's the voice that I typed it in. And IRA.property/appraiser.org tells a different story. The land parcel is worth $37,400. The building is worth $141,300, giving us a grand total of $178,700. Now, Jeremy, you do know that I haven't had any water yet, but you do know that we can fact check all of your claims. Well, not all of your claims, but this one certainly. You know we can fact check this. You know that this is what I do professionally, right? Is to find facts as a private investigator. You do understand what that means, right? It boggles my mind that he thinks he can get away with this. Now, we're going to go over those things so I can prove it to you. In case he's like, oh, you guys provide things without proof. No, Jeremy, you provide things without proof. I provide proof. Let me see where it is. Aha! Here we have the Zestimate, which I love the name of. Good for you, Zillow. Well done. Is $244,863, which is exactly what I said it was. Hey, it sold for $238,500 on 8/11/2020. Not that long ago. Now, again, this is his home. Do not use this for nefarious purposes. However, anyone can find this by looking at the sex offender registry. All right, all of this is public information, all of it. Every bit of information I've shared with you so far, public knowledge. Moving on. The parcel is under both Jeremy's name and his wife's name, Rania. Rania? Let me go with Rania. Listed at $37,400 for the land. It is appraised at $178,700 total. Building is $141,700. The tax exempt, it has $75,000 of tax exemption. Don't know how that works. I'm not exactly a tax guru here. I use TurboTax, which I get for free because I was in the military, Jeremy. Ha-ha! Free TurboTax. I don't know if everyone gets free TurboTax, but I remember it was being advertised to me like, oh, you're military? Maybe it's just clever advertising. I don't know. I have no idea. This isn't... Look, I will tell you when I do not know something or it's outside of my field of expertise. Taxes, well outside that stuff. Paying people through business, no idea. Not a clue. But I do. Is, do. That's a little Jeremy joke there. I do my research, or I try to. So I like to think I kind of know what I'm talking about, but... Do I really? I don't know. Probably not. It's fine. All right, donations. Let's see what we got today. And I appreciate all of your donations. Thank you, everyone, so much. Yes, Tactical Mall Cop says all of those credit cards, and not one of them is a military star card. Military star card is a military credit card that you use on base. And every time you use it on a military base at certain military stores, you get points or money deducted or something. I've never owned one, but they try to get you to have one so hard. It's nuts, and I love that you said that. That's phenomenal. Splishy Splashy, or I'm sorry. Simply Splashy. Finding a hospital again. Hey, I'll check my email. Good luck in the hospital. Praying for your best. I was going to say success, but I don't know what you're in the hospital for. Success can mean good or bad. I hope for the best, though. Gia, thank you so much. Well-off people don't use credit to live. I'm not saying I'm well off, but I rarely use credit. I didn't have credit for the longest time. It was very difficult for me to do anything with credit because I didn't have any. Because I was like, I know how to manage money. It's not that I had a lot of money. I knew how to manage it. Now that I am like doing grown-up things like buying houses and cars and stuff, and by cars I mean used cars. I don't care as much about cars as a lot of people. I don't know. If you do, that's fine. I just was never a car guy. But like buying a house, that was weird. Anyway, but it's more about managing money. And so it seems to indicate to me that Jeremy doesn't know how to manage money potentially. Mark Graham, that's for the charity. All right, add an extra $100 to the charity. We're at 135, I believe, right now. That's great. And YouTube takes 30% of that. But I'm going to add that 30% back on. Yeah. So we're at 135, I believe. Excellent. Thank you, Mark. Where else are we? Bigham, thank you. Sarah Marie. So many breakers. I talked to an electrician. I have an electrician friend. And I was like, hey, you see this picture of these breakers? Like, yeah, what am I looking at? Like, does this seem like an abnormally large amount of breakers? They went, no, that looks perfectly average. Oh, great. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Jeremy had a video in which he's like, oh, Ron, you broke my garbage disposal, and I have to fix it. Yeah, I can fix a garbage disposal. I can wire a motorcycle. Like, it was a weird video. It was a very weird video. But he's like, oh, here's my breaker box, guys. Shut off the electricity, which is a good move. Well done, Jeremy. Good call. Good thinking. Some people were hoping you wouldn't. I was hoping you would. I'm on your side on this one. I don't want you dead. I want you to face justice. Difference. He's like, yeah, it's hard to find the panel or the breaker because I have so many of them. No, he does not. Electrician confirmed. Anyway, where was I? Wheel loader. He's valuing his house by the Egyptian pound. There you go. I mean, I don't know what Egyptian money is at. Maybe he's talking about his Egyptian house, which we're going to get into, by the way. Shell Shock, thank you. He's fixing garbage disposal. His wife. I did, yeah. I made a comment like, oh, so now when someone else, it's always someone else's fault when something goes wrong. That was what my comment was about on my channel. Like, oh, it's never your fault, Jeremy. It's someone else's fault. Carl, thank you for your donation. Prius, don't knock Priuses. I used to hate Prius. I was like, Prius garbage. It's not a car. It's a lunchbox. Some of you will get that reference. It's a little old. It's not that old. I drove one. They're pretty nice, especially in Seattle. Parking's very hard. Gas is expensive here. Oh. Anyway, Maltlicker Marauder, welcome back. I wonder if Dewitte has used a false DD2. Oh, if I say welcome back, it's not because I don't recognize everyone. I recognize a lot of you. It just comes out of my mouth sometimes. I wonder if Dewitte has used a false DD214 in order to obtain home loans. Now, that would be interesting. That would get him. That would, good God, would that be a problem. However, the home loan thing he is correct that it is a very long process. So, I feel like they'd check that. But do I know for sure? I do not. All right, 135 is where we're at. And thank you to all the viewers who are here. You guys are phenomenal. I saw he was on Court Cam as well, Larry. I'm going to have to check that out. Was it any good or? Invest in lithium. That's actually not necessarily a bad call. Where was I? There we go. All right, number 4. Yeah, speaking of the house in Egypt, that was my number 4. Jeremy doesn't own a house in Egypt, is what he's saying is a lie. I really got to word that better. Jeremy says that it is a lie that he doesn't own a house in Egypt. And I don't know if this is true. I don't really care if this is true. Why is this on the top 10 list? Jeremy, you do make me wonder, though. You said that you owned that house for a long time. My question is this. Did you buy it when you traveled to Egypt using the fraudulent passport? Was it Egypt? Somewhere in the Middle East-ish area, right? Or did you perhaps get it through your wife in the marriage as like a dowry or something? Is that how dowries work? Yeah, just questions. Did you get it when you got caught with the false passport thing? Or did you get it through your wife? Or did you actually legitimately buy it? I'm just wondering. I'm legitimately curious. And that's number 4. I can't even hit this because I don't know and I don't care. And I have nothing to catch up on, so we're going to keep keep going. Okay, he says, it's not me, it's different bikes, it's different voices. Like, okay, like don't convince us, convince court. I don't believe that it's different people. And if you're going to claim that voices are being spliced, maybe look at your own video of your polygraph there. That had some spliced audio. Good God. That was a mess. That was real hard to listen to. Bigham, thank you so much. What's the deal with the other Metrostate company in Florida? I don't know. I feel like that might be his escape. Right? I feel like he's setting that up as an out, maybe. Couldn't tell you. Or maybe he feels like his is going to go under. The courts are going to make him dissolve his company, but now there's another one that he doesn't run, right? That can use the same equipment, that can whatever. And then once he's out, maybe he'll bloop back in there. Now that's a conspiracy theory. I can't prove any of that. But it's very interesting. Is it not? I don't know, though. I don't know. Those are just theories that are popping off my head. All right, number 5. Jeremy says the number 5 lie is that he blackmailed his mother. Now, this comes from Real World Police's video titles where it says, Jeremy blackmails his mother. Okay. At no point did I actually think that he blackmailed her per, like, the law. But I think, Jeremy, you definitely emotionally manipulated her into pulling you out of a hole that you dug your way into. And if all you were asking for was money, why did you say that you didn't care? I'm sorry, asking for money that you had invested, right? Because the claim was, I wasn't asking her for money. I was asking for her to return money I had invested, right? But then he goes, well, I don't care if you never want to see me again. Well, if it's just money you invested, why are you saying that? Makes me wonder. I can't hit that. I can't because I don't know. I really don't. All right, number 6. This one, oh my God. This one's great. This one's good. This one's a good one. Police make up evidence. Right? That's his claim. He didn't even refute it as a lie. He just said, police make up evidence. Neat, Jeremy. Prove it in court. Pretty sure it's going to be difficult considering the fact that you stated to Sergeant Vidler and Corporal Ramsey during an interview that you kept footage, which the police reasonably believe contained incriminating video, on a computer in your office. Also, learn how warrants work. Jeremy claimed that it takes days to get a warrant, which is absolutely not true. And I know this because I used to get warrants for police work. Because guess who was a police officer? This guy, not Jeremy. Anyway, but military police. It's technically police, but it's not like outside in the city police, like Seattle. I've never tried to be different police. I like what I do now. All right. Let me demonstrate how that warrant process would work. Setting the scene, we've just finished an interview with Jeremy. He said that there's video of one of his rides that, is of evidentiary value. And he has it on a computer. Now, the computer needs to be restored, needs to be rebuilt. It's taken apart at the moment. And that within 24 hours, or in 24 hours, he can have someone bring that computer to the police station. Now, if I was a police officer, I'd be like, yeah, 24 hours is enough to delete any footage you don't want. We need that time now. We need that before Jeremy leaves. So I'd type up my I almost said arrest warrant, my affidavit warrant paperwork, whatever they call it in the departments. Each department has it slightly different. At least the military has it different. I type up my request for a warrant. I send it to whatever legal person was on call at the time. In our case, we have a staff judge advocate. I type it up, taking 5 minutes. Send it up. I'd give him a call and say, hey, did you get my email? They'd be like, yeah, what's up? Like, explain it to me. I'm like, all right, cool. So we had this guy in an interview. He said that he had a video that is of evidentiary nature. He has it on a computer. We believe that if we let him go back to his computer, he may delete evidence. We need that computer right now because we think it's going to be a make or break for our case. And the attorney on call would be like, yeah, cool, yeah, approved. And I go, all right, second thing. He won't tell us where that computer is. We want a warrant to access his phone so that we can find his office before he can get to it. Yeah, approved. Great, thanks. Like, yeah, I'll sign it. I'll fax it to you or something. Yes, we still use fax machines because it's very useful because you can go there's only one person you can come from unless someone's like hacked the system. It's much more secure, I guess. I questioned it as well. And they fax it back over the signature, and you go and you execute the warrant. Ta-da! 10 minutes, depending on the speed of your fax machine. He's saying it takes at least 3 days. That's you're watching too much TV, Jeremy. I don't know. Whoever you're getting your information from, they're wrong. Warrants do not take that long. They can take a long time. It depends on the warrant and the situation. But I've had warrants where it was a phone call, like, oh yeah, it's midnight, you don't have access to the computer. Here's your verbal, whatever. I've had warrants in 1 minute. And that was, I think, searching for drugs in a vehicle where we had a clear smell of marijuana, and the person had said, yeah, well, no, he didn't say there were drugs in the car. He admitted to moving drugs around, but it was like, oh, I don't have anything in here. I don't remember what it was. It was drug related. I do remember that. And we got that warrant in a minute. It was great. I'm going to pause real quick. Sam Johnson, thank you so much. That's a great sticker. All right. I don't know if that was a lie, technically, they said. We're gonna leave it. We are at 135 right now. There's another thing I want to talk about. Jeremy has claimed that detectives got their statement from Jennifer, and that when they got that statement from Jennifer, they were operating outside of their jurisdiction. And then, that would insinuate fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine would come into play. For those of you who don't know what that is, if you get information illegally, all other information that is obtained due to the acquiring of that original information is now no longer admissible in court. Right, so he's saying like, oh, Jennifer's statement was gotten illegally, and therefore anything that arose from that inadmissible. Bye, right? That's not how it works. See, detectives can operate outside of their jurisdiction. If there is an issue with them operating out of their jurisdiction, it's usually due to detention, arrest, that sort of thing. It's almost always a detention type situation where someone outside their jurisdiction initiates detention they are not allowed to initiate. But Jeremy had already made it clear that this conversation between the detectives and Jennifer was an interview, not an interrogation, meaning Jennifer wasn't detained. That's the difference. Interview, you're not detained. You're free to go anytime. Interrogation, you're not free to go, but you can still ask for a lawyer, which is often, but not always, your best move. That's a whole different conversation and requires quite a bit of legal knowledge to know when you should or should not ask for a lawyer. So generally, the standard is going to be, yes, ask for it. There are situations where it is in your best interest to talk, and it's usually when your innocence is I don't know. We're not going to get into it. You know what? You're not going to drag me into this, folks. You're not. That's a whole different conversation. It gets pretty in depth. I'm already rambling. So Jeremy is like, no. It wasn't really an interview. It was more of an interrogation because the detectives used a tone of authority to tell her to come into a room. Now, if that's the case, I'm going to move this because I'm going to start yelling because this is, I need him to know through volume and anger. That's not how it works. A commanding tone does not make a request in order. And if it does, you screwed yourself, Jeremy, because that's what you do, is you give people requests. Those are your words. You're like, oh, I just asked them to get out of the funeral in a commanding tone. So if the police are giving a commanding tone, that makes it an order. Then you giving that commanding tone also makes an order, which means that you are impersonating a police officer, and you've just admitted that the logic you've used indicates that. Are you stupid? I know the answer to that one. I already know the answer to that one. It's fine. It's fine. I already know. So, anyway, moving on. Detectives can operate outside of their jurisdiction. If the crime took place outside of their jurisdiction, they can still get involved. It's okay. Let me rephrase that. If the crime took place outside of their jurisdiction, but is tied to a separate investigation within their jurisdiction, they can use someone else's interview room to make it convenient for the person being interviewed. Technically, nothing has to be in their jurisdiction. If I was doing a case and I was like, oh man, so I was an investigator in the Army, by the way, which is sort of like is the equivalent of a civilian detective. If I knew someone, a civilian that had worked with a guy who had built rapport with an individual. If I knew some other detective somewhere else, I was like, hey, you got some free time? Can I bring you in? Do you want to interrogate this guy, interview him, whatever? I can get him to do that. He has nothing to do with this case. I can get him involved in that. Because they're there under my authority. This other person is only asking questions. That's fine. That's totally cool. Now, if it became an interrogation, which would be, we'd have to advise them of their Fifth Amendment rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Anything you do or say can be used against you in a court of law. You can stop answering questions at any time. I forget where I was at with that. Doesn't matter. Miranda rights. I would be the one administering those under my authority. But this questions can still be asked by someone else. He's so complete. This is what I did. You know what? LGBT's getting another $5. We're at 140. This is what I did in the Army for 4 years, was detective stuff as an investigator. I know how interrogations and interviews work. I used to go outside of my jurisdiction to go do interviews. Well, yeah, just interviews, not interrogations. I used to do interviews. I have some great stories about that. There's a story about a stolen boat we're not going to get into. I've done that outside my jurisdiction. I had to know what I was doing, because if I did it wrong, not only could I be facing 3 years in prison for violating the Posse Comitatus Act, I could also be facing whatever, color of law, detention, illegal, whatever for that, which would also be a felony. Right? I had to know what I was doing, so I do know what I was doing, or did, or still do. It doesn't matter. Jeremy, stop pretending you know anything about what police do, because you obviously don't. It's blowing my mind that you think a little Explorer program is what got you there, which you were kicked out of, pretty sure, after you impersonated a police officer, or you already gone by that point, because good God. And now you're sitting here pretending that you were in the military? Come on, guy. You know what? Just because that was brought up, we're now at 145. So, cool. Moving on. Huh. Moth's mummy? I have no idea. You're the mummy. You should know if Egypt has an extradition treaty. I have no idea, though. But thank you for your donation. Irene, you did warrants in your job as probation officer in Canada. He wouldn't know his butt from his brain. Hey, I didn't say it. You said it. All right. Caleb Morris, thank you so much. You're clearly smart. So while you're living in Seattle, when I come to Florida, Texas, keep most of your money and all of your freedom. Hey, it's nice out here, honestly. My money, although I'm taxed at maybe a higher rate and things are a little expensive, I feel like it is used to benefit me and the community. I'm a big community guy. I really like helping out communities. So that's the reason. The summers are really nice. And Florida gets so warm. And I've only really wandered through I've flown through Texas, but that's it. So I don't really know too much about it. I hear good things, though. Frank Perry, question you've had: if he broke his back and can't be a firefighter, why wouldn't he be a disabled vet? That's a great question. He would be. He would be if he got... Yeah, no, there would be something in there. I think he couldn't be a firefighter because he's a felon and a sex offender. Pretty sure that's the reason. Becoming a firefighter outside of a volunteer... so becoming a volunteer firefighter, I hear isn't so bad. Becoming a firefighter for like the city's fire department, my understanding is it's very sought after. It's pretty hard to get into. They're not going to take a felon or a sex offender for sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost certain. Andrew, thank you. Merentions, thank you. Imagine if everything Dewitte said was true. I'm sorry, having trouble reading for some reason. I'm having a stroke. Imagine if everything Jeremy said was true, and he's like, a CIA spy got infected by a truth serum disease. That would be... What a plot twist. Someone needs to write a book. I love it. Where are we at? 145? That sounds right. Oh, Rennie, are we talking about when I tried to help Jeremy? Yeah, I tried to help him. I was like, oh yeah, let me give you some information. And then I was like, oh yeah, but the stolen valor, maybe we should talk about this. And he's like, screw you. I do everything I want my way. I was like, okay. And then he came after me, as I was pointing out the things he was getting wrong. Because apparently that upset him, that someone is holding him accountable. But oh well, that's if that's what's upsetting him, that's on him, not me. He wants to keep putting. If he wants me to stop holding him accountable, he should probably stop putting out videos. Jeremy, stop putting out videos. You're incriminating yourself. Good God. Like, it's nuts. You're like, oh, Real World Police is editing videos to make me look bad. You're putting out videos that make you look bad. There are crimes in your videos. I'm glad you started wearing your seatbelt, though. I like to think I had something to do with that. It's fine. It's whatever. What do I know? All right. Number 8's a good one. And we're going to get back into another video on this one. I have a video to show you. No, we already watched it. It's the one where he has his employees. He's like, you need to give me a loan. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is what happens when I go off script. The number 8 lie that he talks about is that, people say I don't pay my employees, but I do. So, obviously people saying that his employees are lying. Now, Jeremy claims that the complaints about not being paid come from people who expect to get paid about not showing up to work. And the reason people keep showing up is because he pays them. First of all, I've talked to former employees in Metro State, and they have all said that the turnover rate was incredibly high. Now, is it because they were getting paid? I don't know. I wasn't there. I wouldn't work for that man. That would be ridiculous. I like to think that I would have seen right through him, although a lot of people haven't. So maybe I'm just fooling myself. But I don't ride a motorcycle. I would have been a great addition to the team. But you'll never have me. Just like you'll never be a soldier or a police officer. Anyway. Sorry. Excuse me. All right, where was I? I was somewhere on this. All right. What I can tell you is that Jeremy told his contractors, quotation marks, and I quote, I have no money, so payment's going to have to wait this week. Look, I thought they weren't getting paid because they didn't show up. So we're now at $150. Hey, good for us, right? I feel good about this. And thank you all for donating, by the way, making this possible with the donations. All right. Why, also, follow-up question, why are contractors getting paychecks? Shouldn't you just distribute the money directly from the funeral homes to the participants in the procession after the job is complete? Now, maybe I don't know how the payment works, but based on the video of Chance Scholl handing you an envelope of cash and your assertion that you pay for everything using cash, I guess I just assumed you were paid cash for your work and then just distributed that money to the contractors at the end of the job. Plus, contractors aren't generally on payroll, so I'm guessing either you're wrong about the contractor status or I don't understand how you're being paid. Now, there are a lot of questions here that are left unanswered, so call me sometime. We'll discuss the situation. You do have, I know you have my email, Jeremy. Hit me up in an email. I am a very busy guy these days. Get a lot of emails, so maybe send a few of them in case I don't respond. Just in case. Bigham, thank you. Have to pass a background check and can't have any felonies to be a volunteer firefighter in Florida. Coming from a volunteer fire chief, so you know better than me. Checks out, though, doesn't it? Yeah, can't have a felony. Jeremy is out due to that. It's not because he broke himself. That's absurd. What a liar. What a crook. Kile, thank you so much. Honest question, do you think there are mental issues going on or just stubbornness and stupidity with him? Is there any help alongside prison that could possibly change his life for the better? I don't know about help. I'm not an expert in getting help. I like I said on Dr. Phil, I think he is a narcissist. He has narcissistic personality disorder or whatever they're calling it. I think he's a compulsive liar. I think he may be beyond intervention for that. I think he needs to see a therapist. Honestly, I think a therapist might fix him. Now, as far as like drugs go, I don't know. I don't know if drugs would help him. I don't know that much about mental health, folks. I know I can identify some signs, which I've found very useful. Like I've taken class in psychology, which I found very useful in police work, but not psychiatry, which is where medication comes in. I don't know what the treatment would be, but I think there are issues, and I think people, if his family is watching this, you need to step in. You need to get him some help. You need to get involved in his life because he's not going to fix it. So it's going to be up to you to try to influence him into making some pretty major changes in how he behaves. I say that in all seriousness. I know that I joke around about this a lot, but honestly, I think he does need help because there are issues. I don't think they're enormous issues, but I think they are potentially treatable issues. Bigums, thank you again. We turn away convicted felons that had more integrity in one finger than he has in his whole body. I'm not going to disagree with the believability of that. John, thank you so much. Well, my riser pops, I won't make it a delusion, boys. Have a good night and keep up the good work, sir. You're a scholar. You know you're a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you. USMC vet, by the way. Hey, eat some crayons for me. I got a friend in my Discord who's going to the Navy, so I told him all the way to make Marines angry. Best one. The Marines are great. I've known so many great Marines in my career. Don't think I just, it's fun ribbing. Best way to make a Marine angry is remind them that they're paid by the Navy. Be like, hey, what's it like being in the Navy? Like, I'm not in the Navy, I'm in the Marines. Who pays your paycheck? You're in the Navy. They hate it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, but hey, thank you for your service, John. Anyway, some kind of wonderful. Just saw a video of a guy just like him impersonating in New Mexico. He got 3 years in prison. Finally, taking it too far and shooting a man. I think I heard about that. Maybe? Am I thinking of a different guy who shot kids in a car? I don't know. But thank you for your donation, by the way. Where are we at? We're at 150, right? All right. We're going to move on to number 9. I'm out of gas. Andrew, thank you. If you don't mind, what college did I attend? I will tell you. I attended. I don't know if I want to give you the name. I like to be vague. It wasn't the East Coast though. I got some traveling in, but gotta get away from the family. But East Coast College. It was a good one. I went for a major completely unrelated to policing. And then joined the Army because I was like, I can't sit behind a desk. I'm not ready for that. And then I got into the Army, and they're like, you're an investigator now. Here's your desk. They got me, boys. It's fine. I had a lot of fun. Thank you, Haley. The drama is real. I know. Anywho. Number 9, folks. Jeremy says the number 9 lie is that he is racist. Now, I don't think I've actually ever seen anything to indicate that he is overtly racist. I don't know. I'm not saying he isn't racist. I've just never seen it. I don't think I have like a clear indicator. And like we've seen him yell at people. We've seen him, get real intense. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily racially motivated. So sure, I will allow Jeremy to make the claim that he isn't racist. But once again, why is this on your top 10? There's so many more interesting things. Mark, you son of a gun. Hey, I appreciate you, Mark. Hey, you're my boy, Blue. It's true. Thank you, though. Thank you so much. Dumalupe, always want to go military. Epilepsy and hearing loss made that impossible. Dewitte's behavior is an utter disgrace. I agree. Cannot wrap my head around it. Now, military's all right. It's fun. There are good things. There are bad things. If you want to experience the military, don't let that stop you from going out. Like, do some camping, ruck through some mountains, go to shooting range, play some airsoft. You can experience all of that. Get a group of friends to do it. You can experience it without the suck. Go down to Texas, for example. They have some really interesting ranges, from what I understand, where you can throw grenades and drive tanks and do all of that. I'm sorry that you were medically disqualified, but don't let that stop you, if you're able to, from going out there and experiencing those types of things. Email me. I'll give you a list of stuff that is similar, that I think are a lot of fun. Some of them I don't think are a lot of fun anymore because I do them professionally, which means in a not fun manner. But anyway, thank you again, Mark, which is after Dumas. For those of you who want to email me, sergeantbluebacon@gmail.com. He did call the Asian guy egg roll. That's probably where the racism comes in. Yeah, he called his, so he has nicknames. I do need a bottle of water, Brendan. You know what? Got this little teacup. Let me get some water. I'm going to respond to the egg roll thing. in just a second. Yes, he gives nicknames to all of his contractors. And the Asian guy was named Egg Roll because he liked egg rolls. I don't know about that. It's a little weird. But, yeah. All right, I'm going to get some water because Brendan wanted me to. Don't mind. Yeah, I'm wearing sweatpants. What up? That is better. I can just not break everything. Oh! Oh, wait. Additional 30%. Oh, my God. Hold on, people. Oh, excuse me. All right. Shell Shock, when I'm planning on doing a gaming stream, what games do I enjoy playing? Oh, man. That would be a lot of fun. I gotta get GTA up and running again to try out the mod. Sometimes I play this old game called Gary's Mod, and I harass. We go in. Me and my friend, we go into a law enforcement roleplay server, and I basically just get angry at them for being really bad at it. Like, I am a police officer. Like, oh, okay, sure you are. But I'm like, yeah, you can't detain someone like this. Okay, like, get a moderator. I get so mad. Like, it's actually upsetting. I had to stop playing it. I just got so upset. Like, it's a game, bro. These aren't real police officers. Anyway. Sea of Thieves is what I play a lot right now. I love Sea of Thieves. Very piratey. But there are a lot of long stretches of nothing. Wouldn't be great for streaming. I haven't played a first-person shooter in a while. I'm not very good at them. I should get, like, SWAT and play SWAT with some guys. I don't know, man. Matt Streck, yes, you can also experience the military -37's Youth Airsoft Group. Yeah. I'll tell you, I wanted to set up a one of those boot camps, like gyms, where you pay to be yelled at to do exercises, like as if someone is a drill instructor or drill sergeant or, whatever they call it in the other branches. But those aren't that popular. They used to be really popular. I think they all sort of died out because people are like, this is dumb. And they are. I might do some videos where I just exercise videos, which is me just knife handing the camera and be like, get down and do push-ups. God, that would be fun. FPV Diva, thank you for your donation. Have I talked about his flag in the background of his getting ready video? Yes. Oh, it doesn't. It's what? It's folded wrong? I'll have to take a look at that. I hadn't noticed. I just noticed the flag and got upset about it. I'll have to find a picture of it. I'll look into that. If it is folded wrong, I'll make a video on it. I'll do a quick little thing like, hey, Jeremy, you dummy. What? Kyle, there's a range north of your house in Texas? Of course it's Texas. You can ride on a little bird and shoot a target with an automatic weapon. I'm moving to Texas, folks. Well, I'm visiting at least at some point. That sounds amazing. I was in Prague years ago, and they have all that old Soviet stuff just left over from whatever, and you can pay a reasonable amount of money to just drive tanks around and shoot them. I almost did it. One of these days. Mark, all right. Higher if I recognized your additional 3% donation. Where are we at now, Mark? We were at 150, but you did another 30%. That 180. But I was recognizing your 30. I was just covering the 30. Where are we at? You tell me. I've lost count. Get back to me. You don't have to donate. I'll look for you in the Rennie will look for it, right? Wars. I never played Warzone, but I should. Straight out saluting class. Yeah, I bet he doesn't impersonate a cop in prison. He's like, no, I'm actually a sex offender. Ha. No, he reverses it completely. Do a tutorial on his belt. I don't want. Dragonman's range. All right, I've been distracted long enough. Number 10. Oh wait. Doesn't deserve my knife hand. Thank you, Jack. You might believe his military training might kick in. God, if I saw him in person, I'd knife hand the bitch. Well, no, I'd be very polite. I'm not gonna be threatening. I'd be very polite until he made me angry, and then I'd knife hand him. Yeah. All right, number 10. Jeremy says the 10th biggest lie is that he didn't meet the girl in the bar. Now, Jeremy claims that he did, in fact, meet the girl that he sexually assaulted. By sexually assaulted, I mean lewd and lascivious battery in the 3rd degree. He did meet her in a bar. But in a different video, he confessed that the girl was like a cousin was the cousin of a friend and like a niece to him. So it's almost like he knew her before the incident occurred and was fully aware of her age, which is weird, right? So his story has changed on this one a lot over various retellings. So I don't really trust the defenses here. I don't really trust anything he says because so much of I did see him in person, Dreamers. You're right. So much of his stuff is wrong. It's just an absolute lie. It's out of here. That's in the one reason in the car with Jennifer, by the way. Oh, thank you, Redneck Posse. You're awesome. Allegedly. So, his story changes. I don't think they'd put him in prison for doing nothing. And thank you, Roger, so much. So those are the top 10. But you didn't... Oh, yeah. 155 until I'm told what the actual number is from Mark. The actual donation number is $700. We'll figure it out. Oh, wait, no, that's Mark Town. I thought it was Mark Graham. I was like, Mark, what are you talking about? Anyway. Are you being censored? I'm not censoring you. It might automatically be censoring you. But what about jumping in Fallujah? Well, let's talk about, speaking of military, there was a bit at the end where Jeremy, he's talking about, he's like, oh, well, maybe the reason, oh, thank you, Scott. You're amazing. Jerry makes this little small little thing, like you didn't think that maybe the reason you can't find certain documents is you don't have the clearance, right? He's talking about we have not been able to find documents of his military experience. We have not. So he's trying to be like, he's not saying yes or no, which is a classic like, oh, I'm lying to you thing. What he's doing is he's trying to discredit us. So he's saying that, you know, someone who's been retired for 20 to 30 years doesn't have the clearance to view his personal records, his personnel files. First of all, the man who is looking for those records is Don Shipley, and he serves as a goddamn Navy fucking SEAL, Jeremy Dewitte. The Navy. You might recognize that as the thing with boats, right? Not the Army, not the Air Force, not the Marines, the Navy. The one with the SEALs. So, Don Shipley was a Navy SEAL. Good for him. I wouldn't be able to do it. Nothing but respect for the man. And for Jeremy to be like, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Here's the thing, dude. Don Shipley has made it a habit of his to go out and find stolen valor in the Marines. Or not the Marines, the Navy SEALs. I'm getting upset. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. That is his thing. That is his hobby. That's kind of what he's known for doing. It's finding soldiers that are lying about what they did or do, or civilians lying entirely about being in the military in the first place. So if he's not able to find these records, I don't know what to tell you. But it kind of seems like you're taking him and you're shitting on the Navy. Because fuck them, right? Fuck the Navy. Fuck him and the Navy SEALs. They don't know what they're talking about because you're just going to sit there and keep claiming that, oh no, I was in Special Forces. You know what? We didn't break that enough. No. That actually survived a hell of a lot better than I thought it would. So, Jeremy, it's kind of what it feels like when you're like that. I want you to know that. That's what it feels like. Cost me $10 at Goodwill. Don't worry about it. Kind of get upset about it, guy. What are you thinking? Here's how it would work. If we request records of your service, they'll either say there are records or there aren't. If there aren't records, you didn't serve. Now, they said there aren't records, but let's assume that your claim is correct, that they don't have the records because I don't have the clearance to access it. We're still going to see that your service exists. We're going to still see your name. But you're doing this top secret squirrel shit, it's all going to be blacked out, right? It's going to be a lot of black bars, just like a barcode, just fatter. Right? That's what we're going to see. Your name will be there. Your years might be there. Your stuff will not be there if I require a top secret Delta Force clearance. But if I require that clearance, if it's so secret that the government has said, oh, he doesn't even exist, we deleted all records, he is super spy. Why are you telling people on the street that you are or were special forces? If it's so top secret, you can't answer that, can you? Because it doesn't make sense, just like most of the stuff you say. So I hope you enjoyed that little shit bit. Because my desk's a mess. I'll put my... Oh, yeah, 160? I don't even know. No, the boat was already, like, garbage. Don't worry, guys. It was like, basically made of cardboard with, like, balsa wood. It looks nice from this distance. Up close, it's absolute trash, which is exactly why it was perfect. Don't worry, it was probably worth 50 cents. I paid more than that, but they probably built it at like 5 cents. It's actually, I thought it would shatter. It's doing great. The base broke off a little bit, and I definitely broke the sail, which was intentional. But the body is doing great. Little wobbly. That's fine. It's all good. Yeah. Looks fine. Yeah, we're good. Out of here. Anyway, so he's lying to you. So what were we, 155 right now? Until I'm told what the extra 30% was. Mark Graham. I don't know if said anything. I want to make sure oh, there's my phone. Unless Rennie put something out. Anyway, that's the end of the mostly scripted part. Oh, yeah. Description stuff. Yeah. Good call, Rennie. Good call. Yeah. There we go. Boats. You guys want to talk about what he probably should have put on his list of things that are lies? Right? If I was making a list of, if these are lies that are told about me, here's what I'd say. Here's what I'd go over. Jeremy files legal documents using fictitious names or displays his name as misspelled versions to avoid recognition as a sex offender. You're not going to disagree with that? That's fine. Okay. I mean, pretty sure that is 100% accurate, so not much to refute there. Jeremy and his brother tactically acquired a ticket book and used to unlawfully write tickets. Now, this one is hard to prove, so I've been avoiding stating this fact, but given the fact that we've seen Jeremy take it upon himself to correct drivers, Porsche video in particular, I wouldn't consider it outside of the realm of possibility. Now, this comes from a video where two police officers were talking to each other, and it's like, hey, don't you remember that one guy who had the ticket books? Like, do you think this is him? I don't know. I would address that because I know that pops up a bunch. TCM, thank you. I did 50-50 the bejesus out of that thing, didn't I? Drop that bone to Fallujah. Yes, thank you, Carl. Jack, thank you. They are like bad commercials. It's great. Do I think Jeremy will survive in prison? He's done it before. Depends on the level of prison. Like, minimal security prison, apparently is pretty easy. It's just kind of annoying, right? Having your freedoms taken away. Now, Flea Willie, you said that he's someone who's made a podcast about me. Maybe not about me, but I was featured in part of it. He says his biggest fear is basically prison. It's honestly not that bad. It's depending on where you are. If it's a really nice prison, essentially, it's more of you lose your freedoms. You're told when to eat. You're told when to exercise. You're told when to wake up and go to sleep. It's very much like the military, honestly. Like military and prison have a lot of similarities. Well, basic training and prison have a lot of similarities. There are obviously a lot of differences, but ultimately, like you get used to that. If that's something you're afraid of, you do get used to it. And I think Jeremy would be excellent in that kind of environment. However, if he's in like with some pretty intense people, that could be definitely a problem for him. So, Negative 37 generating the target for a boat for tomorrow's video. They're gonna get their own boat. What's the story behind Blue Bacon? That's always a fun one. That's only if people find out that he's a sex offender and pretends to be a cop. Now, if they find that out, by the way, he's in trouble. Oh, boy. Story behind Blue Bacon. I was going to call myself something boring like Cop Talk. I wanted a fun name. I like alliteration. I like rhyming. Cop Talk kind of rhymes. Except for the K and the P. It doesn't matter. But I'm like, nah, it's too serious. People are going to expect me to be serious. I don't want to be super serious. I want to have a little bit of fun. And I was like, what am I going to do? And for like half an hour, I was looking up like different names for police officers. It didn't take me that long to look them all up. I was just like sort of bouncing ideas off of them. All right, Pig. All right, that's a good name. The Fuzz. All right, yeah, I could maybe do something with the Fuzz. And I thought Bacon. Blue Bacon. Blue is the color of police. Bacon has alliteration. That's a really fun name. Sent it by some friends. Went, what do you think of Blue Bacon as a channel name? And that's how it came about. It's just basically making fun of the names that are given to police officers. Blue being the color of police. Bacon referring to a pig, what people call police officers. It's basically saying, how can you insult me if I'm already insulting myself? It's a hilarious name. Get over it. I've got myself in a little bit of trouble with that, with people who are very pro-law enforcement. I'm like, no, guys, I'm also pro-law enforcement. They're like, we don't believe you. I was like, cool, bye. Anyway, wait. What was that? Everyone likes alliteration comment. Oh, I missed it. It was good, though. I saw it. Whoever said everyone likes alliteration, I saw it, and I liked it, and it was good. But I don't know where it went. I'm so sorry. I'd read it out loud. If you put it again, and I see it, I will read it out loud. Frank, thank you again. Sergey Mikhailov, comrade. I forget how to say thank you in Russian. That's fine. But thank you in English. All right, what else do we think that he should have? Stolen valor claims. Why did he say that stolen valor was a lie? Probably because it isn't. And we know it, and we can prove it. And we're working on putting together a case to make it really easy for prosecutors in federal and state courts. Woo! Who is you? Thank you. I feel like you've been here before. That name sounds familiar. Anyway, that's all I got. That's really all I got. That's it. I'm gonna be so Jeremy says that it's totally cool if we go harass him, I guess. He's like, yeah, you want to come after me and be insulting? That's fine. So I guess he can't file charges against me if he wanted to for, getting all of you to insult him. Now, I never did. I don't think you should go insult him. It's really funny that he says that, though, and then deletes all those comments. Now, I agree, right? I also delete real intense comments. Well, they automatically get flagged, and then I just don't unflag them. But what he does is anything that, even if it's not insulting, but it's like, hey, this is not true, he'll just delete. So it's funny that he says that, like, oh yeah, you can come after me, when in reality, no, we can't. You're stopping us, which is fine. I'm sorry, my microphone got far away from it. I slumped. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm out of water. But hey, Flea! Yes. A little twitch into that super chat. Yeah. No, we're gonna collaborate. You sent me an email and I haven't read it yet, but I know that it exists. I am aware. Cool. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, Flea Willy, that you are actually my biggest fan at this point. Where's Blue Baker credentials? I'm a small troll. Tom, thank you. Jeremy's academy skills are lacking because unlike the real police, two sides of the story, truth lies in the middle. That is good. Yes. People generally tell a story in the way that makes them look best. So the trick is getting multiple sides to a story and comparing them. So, yeah. It's a very interesting question, V-Block. I don't think so. Will this publicity make it hard to get an unbiased jury? I think it might bump some people out, but I think this is much smaller than we all think it is. This isn't like OJ, where everyone knew who OJ was. I think there are going to be plenty of people in Florida that do not know who he is. Ooh, that's creaky. Ooh. I know, I keep moving it away. Hey, Jack Clegg, do I want to put on your police impersonation group? Federal State Special Forces. We do funeral escort. You know what? If you did create that, I would help you. I would gladly take a position, but not out in public, so that I wasn't charged for anything. Ooh, Vicarious Wanderlust, right? Kind of. The clearance rant sort of boils the blood, doesn't it? That's why I destroyed that ship there. Wow, yeah, it's fairly destroyed. Yeah. Would I trust an 18-year-old police officer as my backup for a call? I would, absolutely. Yeah, reaction time might be a little slower, but they're going to know what they're doing. I would trust them to be able to contain the situation a little bit better than like someone who's been on the force for 1 year, potentially. Depending on the force, depending on the person. Go to 4630 on the video I played earlier. Are we talking about... let me get to that. Have I seen the current UK situation? A Met officer has been charged with the kidnapping and murder of a woman. Oh, I have not. That is horrifying. That is absolutely horrifying. Where was I? Here it is. What was the timestamp? I've already forgotten. What am I doing with my life? 4630, you say. 4630. On the secret...
At the end of the day...
Oh. Let me check that real quick.
It's going to make our job more difficult.
So?
But at the end of the day, the funeral homes don't care.
This is our business.
Right. So we need to keep our shit together.
It's a good thing you made those bonds with them.
Right.
I mean, you just need to keep your circle close.
Well, then come here, baby.
I mean,
Described your dick earlier.
It's cool.
Hey, all right. Look, I'm not going to say that that's inappropriate conversation. I mean, it's weird, but having been in the military, I'm sure I've been involved in that kind of conversation as well. The bond, is that what you're talking about? The bond stuff? No funeral escorts during my broadcasts. Who was I telling someone? It was in my Discord. Excuse me. I was telling someone, Amir was like, oh, yes, the funeral statue is very outdated. Yes, that's right. If it was less outdated, Jeremy wouldn't be allowed to do the things he's doing. They would have, and it's probably going to be very updated in the very near future. So, update a link to the Discord. Rennie, are you able to get an updated link to the Discord? I owe her so many pizzas, you guys. so many pizzas. Hey, J Pavilion. He's the guy that does the music. It's great. I love it so much. We're going to have a Jeremy Dewitte EDM off. We're not, though. He kicked my butt. The other mention state is nothing to do with him. And as former Met officer discussed with the scum. Yeah. I mean, that checks out. I've discussed with him as well. How can the Metro State not be having to do with him? Like, he could challenge that in court. He'd be like, no, you can't have that name. Unless it's a completely different agency. Like, they do something completely different, then maybe. But it's run by Mark Bell, who is a guy who is involved in this case. Like, he's filing paperwork that involves me to request to see if how involved I am. So obviously he has some ties to Jeremy, or it's this situation, I would think. I'm pretty sure I've seen him elsewhere as well, some paperwork. But yeah, I appreciate me breaking down his BS too. But I thank you for thanking me, because that really does help me sort of get motivated. I know I haven't been around this week. I have videos, I have scripts written. I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna get my what's the word I'm looking for? Where the Patreon. Get my Patreon back up and running and put those scripts on there. But 24-hour official observation. Dewitte did not steal valor. I saw a video where you say he jumped at 18 and served a police officer. Yeah, but there's no records. Oh, 3 other Florida metro states that are not escort companies, but all of them are affiliated with Jeremy somehow. All the ones that are active are people in Jeremy's life. Unless I'm wrong. I don't know. Worth looking into. Wait. The thing about Jeremy having sex with the guy, do you think that was in prison? Why didn't I think of that before? Now there's an interesting take. I'm not going to think too strongly. We're at 150, right? That sounds right. Vicarious Wanderlust. If you're ever on the crappy side of the state, I'd be happy to buy you a beer at Tri-Cities. Hey! Is that the east side? That's what I think of. Wait, Tri-Cities. You know what? I actually might find myself in that area. I do travel for work. Tri-Cities. Over by Benton. Cool. Now, I mean, to be fair, Duma, there are a lot of funerals in Florida, because that's where all the old people go to die. So it does kind of check out. Big on, they claim not to be connected to the Metro State we all know and love, yet their vehicles look nearly identical. Of course, they're going to claim that they're not identical or they're not the same. I honestly think this is a backdoor for Jeremy to get back into the company after all of this. Oh, my God, you're so far away. You are almost 4 hours from me. Where the... Oh, you're like South Central. You're nowhere near anywhere I've ever been. Sorry, I had to know. According to his girlfriend, it was recently. Oh, FBI told her about Jeremy and the guy. That's weird that the FBI would be. I wonder what. I'd love to see their case, just to see what they're doing with it. And I'm telling you, man, like, I have no problem with Jeremy, getting it on, as long as his wife's okay with it, right? They're in a partnership. They got to improve everything together, I feel. Like, that's how I live my relationships. I've been in relationships that were open relationships where, like, I was definitely the other guy. And, like, I met the primary? He was an ex-Marine. Well, once a Marine, always a Marine. But he was a Marine vet. He was a big bearded dude. Like, hey, what's up? Like, 300 pounds of muscle. I'm just like, we're all cool with this, though, right? Like, and he's like, yeah, man. Like, it's how we roll. Like, okay. Very weird. Did not last long. But it was an experience I don't regret. Hey, Sergeant E5. What's up, man? Major Dewitte Ranger, U.S. Army retired, would probably never own up to the truth because he can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. No, he can't, because it would destroy him to admit that lie, like legally and I think mentally. Matt Streck, thank you. The thing with the man came from the. I don't even want to pronounce that. Through his interview with the detectives, he clearly says who it was. I'll have to look into that. Someone remind me. That's weird. You're weird. It's true. Oh, repost interview in the vids of Chance show. You referred to it, but didn't see it. Oh yeah, that's because Chance is being used as a state witness, and I thought I should probably not be making hate videos about him being a terrible DHS officer. So, I'll make a decision on that because I don't want to harm the case by taking away a witness. Oh, maybe it is a financial thing. Maybe he bought a prostitute. For a person that says he doesn't impersonate police, he loves to show the flashing bluish purple lights in some of his intros. In a quick second, if I saw them, I would think police not funeral. Yeah, we have videos of him going like 100 miles an hour. You see that coming up behind you. You're not going to notice anything. I was on the Autobahn in Germany in a was it Cobra? It was an American car. God, Rennie will kill me for not knowing this. It must have been going 200 miles an hour. I saw it in my rear view mirror, and it was not in my lane, but I thought it was because I couldn't tell it was going so fast. And I saw it, and all of a sudden, it's gone. I'm just like, oh, like, oh, God. Because I thought they were going to just ram right into the back of me. And I just hunkered down, preparing for it, and then gone and out of sight. And, obviously that's faster than Dewitte moves, but there is a speed in which, like, you don't have time to react and think and consider what's happening. Jeremy is a state-certified officer, sergeant, special agent, captain. Damn, all the accomplishments. All while being a registered sex offender. That's right, 24-hour official observation. Yes. Absolutely. Who's telling me things? I have to check in case Rennie's like, stop doing something stupid. Something stupid's happening. Stop it. Anyway. Viper, that's the one. Not Cobra. Cobra's a different Viper. It was a Dodge Viper. That's right. Right? That's why I couldn't think of it. Tomsky, thank you. Department of Funeral Services, DFS. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. What are your questions? What do you want? Oh my God, their Facebook. Yeah. Oh, the other Metro State. Oh, well, that's worth a look at some point. I'll go investigate. Mid-Metro State Services. Dewey, you're right. His website is pretty damning as far as evidence goes. There's a lot of stuff. It's like, interesting. And I've been telling him this for over a year. One of the first things we talked about was his website and how he needs to change it. And he still hasn't. He's like, oh, someone else set it up. Cool. Well, you need to get on that. That makes sense, Rennie. That makes sense. So apparently he says that he was offered 18 months and never operating Metro State or in that kind of capacity again. That's what he said as far as his plea deal. I don't think that's a bad plea deal. I mean, considering how much he'd get, it gets us like, yeah, he gets punished. And then he'd earn, time off for good behavior, et cetera, et cetera. But it would give him a prison sentence. It would give him another, felony charges, whatever. But it would also stop him from doing what he's doing, which is basically the goal. Like, hey, get him to never run this kind of company or be in this position again. Our problem's solved. We don't need to put him in prison for that long. But I think he turned it down. So, what are some of my favorite places while being stationed in Germany? Oh, Nuremberg was great. I had some great little haunts in Nuremberg. Rotenburg, Ob der Tower. It's a nice little medieval city. Gorgeous. A lot of fun. Some fun stories there. Each city had something interesting. There's one that had the monastery. The monks make the beer. I can't remember what it was, but there's a burger place near there. Oh my God. Incredible burgers. Just, there was some really good food in Germany. Like, not just German food, which is also very fun. But there's so many good spots. There's a place for like €20. You get a, what's the word I'm looking for? The food, the schnitzel. You get a schnitzel like this big. Oh, it wasn't even 20. It was like 15, I think. It was nuts. Great pizza place by us. They're always very weirded out that we just show up and hope for a table. Like, oh, you didn't make a reservation? Like, yeah, but they're like 3 empty tables. Yeah, but, Like, we're going to eat for like 10 minutes. Because Germans, they eat for a very, like, it's a social thing. They eat forever. So you don't show up anywhere without a reservation. And they expect you to be there for hours. It's not like in America where they, like, kick you out for the next person. So it was always very weird. And they got used to us because we went there all the time. But we'd show up and they'd be like, oh, no, it's the Americans. It's the Americans. They will, they'll be out in 15. Like, don't worry. Like, all the new staff who didn't know, it's like, okay. Duh. Is it possible that I can file for and get all of Jeremy's jail phone calls? I could. I probably won't. Phone calls are something that would weird me out to request. That's not my thing. As much as I love delving into this, I think there's plenty to look into without going through his phone calls. Like, if someone was requesting my phone calls, even if it wasn't on a private line, like, that would make me uncomfortable. Whereas if I'm going through his body cam footage, that's him at work. And that's what we're talking about, is him at work for the most part. And there are some things where it's not him at work, but it personally feels like a step too far to me. If other people are doing it, that's fine. Good for them. I just don't want to be responsible for it in my own mind, if that makes sense. If I was doing an investigation, like a real investigation, yes, I absolutely would do it. But just for the sake of, I'm not trying to ruin this guy. I'm trying to hold him accountable. And seeking those out just for the sake of entertainment, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll talk to my Discord about it. Timothy, thank you. Space Force is hiring space shuttle door gunners. If this funeral doesn't work out for him, they never take him. Yeah, that would be amazing. I want one of those patches, honestly. Hank, I'd like to detonate a Metro State motorcycle. I would watch that video. Yes. Tell us about your military service a little bit. Give me a second. 24-hour official observation. Honestly, how much fun was it to shatter his ego? He's the legend himself. Are we talking on Dr. Phil? Because that was fun. I didn't shatter his ego on that. But in these videos, loving it. I was saying something, and sorry. What do you want to know about my service? Ask me questions. I won't go into too much detail about time, place, locations, and personnel, but I'll give you some stories. Oh, VLSEC, yes. I traveled through. Wait, was I? I feel like I had a crime. There was a place we did a dig for a murder weapon from a 20-year-old case. I want to say it might have been VLSEC. It's probably not. I had pneumonia for that one. I got yelled at, like, why aren't you doing work? I'm like, because I'm coughing up blood. Yeah, that was fun. They're like, oh, our bad. Sorry for yelling. Anyway. Oh, man. Oh, what was the other place? It's to the south. No, the mountains. It's, there's a ski resort there. For Americans. They combined it with the Americans and the Germans. Don't remember. Delightful place. It's right near the border. Sex offenders here in Illinois, says corrections. Thank you for the donation. Can't have handcuffs, OC spray, asp tasers, or even BB guns. I don't know how it is in Florida, though. I think Florida you can. Florida's weird like that. Greatest accomplishment in the service, getting out. No. I don't know. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of bad. There's a lot of good. Greatest accomplishment. I think the career was my greatest accomplishment. The totality of what I did, what I applied for and got into, what I was given, the experiences I had, the people I met. I don't think there's a single incident where I'm like, that is what I'm most proud of. But overall, I'm glad I did it. Not everyone is. I got very, very lucky. But I think overall, yeah. Can I put my hands up and say at the end of the day, right? Yes, I'm gonna become a little motor. Only if he becomes a bacon bit. We'll exchange pins. I did meet his lawyer on Dr. Phil. We sat across from each other. He seemed like a nice enough guy. He asked me when the next musical was coming out. So I guess he definitely saw the musical. I assume Jeremy was like, "Can we sue him for this?" And they go, "No, we can't sue him for that." I assume that's just an assumption. Hey, Simply Splashy, get you some sleeps, dog. Hey, it's good having you here, though. Thank you for being here. Well, Flea Willie, don't tell us. He's gonna see. The Commander. Yes, that would be. I mean, that would be fun. Just getting someone on the inside, for sure. So hey, that's what my followers are called, Bacon Bits. Yeah, which I think is better than Little Motors. My little motor, my little motor. Let's get to 100. George is actually 4 bedrooms, I think. It's 4 bedroom, 2 bath. 240,000. It's valued at 244 right now. He paid 238,500, if I remember correctly. But yeah, definitely not 6, and definitely not $500,000. Hey, thank you, Emily, for enjoying it. Right now, we're just at the point where I'm just sort of rambling and answering questions, whatever. Like the main event came and went. Oh, I knocked my camera off a little askew. You can see my light switch right there. Those jerks. Yeah, when I threw the ship, one of the many times I tried to break it, I thought it would shatter. That's all right. I got some dents with fond memories. It nudged my camera. But I digress. Bacos. What's a Baco? Oh, yeah. Is there a Discord server or no? There, little tykes in here. I wasn't so sure. There is a Discord server. Rennie, do you mind dropping the Discord server? Hold on. Nope. You can see even more clearly now. Meh. Dewitte's top 10 lies. Where'd it go? Yeah, it's fine. Little foot pedals. They're great. Hup! I try to keep looking professional. I just have so many buttons to make things happen. Hashtag YOLO. Post your DD214. Someone back in my channel was really new. Someone was like going after me. And I gave them a redacted version. Like, this could have been faked. Like, then why did you ask for it? If it can be faked, why did you ask? Stupid. Anyway. Yeah, there's the Discord. There it is. Why has no one gotten into his face about Stolen Valor? That's a good question. Now, have I thought about auditing Glenn Serio? You bet I have. Yes, there are potential plans in the works. We're going to be talking about Glenn more often. For sure. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. That's good. I like that. What do I want for dinner, guys? You're asking me questions. I get to ask you questions. I'm feeling a little peckish. I'm 15 you. Where's my... Oh, you guys want to see my dog? Jade's trouble stemmed from his body cam footage. Yeah. If it was rigged to delete footage access, would that be a crime? If it was rigged with the intent of deleting it to stop the police from getting it, it could be considered obstruction. That would be a legal fight. There's a lot of fight because, it's his footage. Is he allowed to have it, terminate after 7 days or terminate after access or whatever? Sure. But if he does it specifically that, if police access it, then I think, yeah. All right, so we want to see the dog. Yeah, next video debunking all this. That's why I stopped and went, all right, here are all the pictures. Sergeant, thank you. Jeremy, I know you're reading the chat as you watch the stream because you are that vain. Jeremy, you will end up trying to explain your military claims and stolen valor. Yeah, you will. We're going to make that happen. You're going to explain them. It's going to be great. All right. I'll be back with the dog. And hopefully she doesn't eat everything. All right? So hold your thoughts on that. Let me fix the camera real quick. Oh, I step over this shit. There's my door. Oh, too far. No. I don't know. I've broken everything, guys. Everything is now broken. There we go. You'll notice. You'll notice that I didn't paint my ceiling all the way. I'm going to have to fix that at some point. Yeah, anyway. All right. That looks fine. We're going to move on. Let me get Penny. All right, you want to take the seat? Come on. Let me get all the way. You want to go farther? Do you? Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Oh, it's my face. Want to say something to the people? You want? No? Okay. Yeah? You good now? You want to wander around in here? Yeah, she wants to wander around here. You're just going to hear clanging as she runs into things. I hear claws dragging. Yeah, that's her. Oh, 24 hour. Yes. The guy who was like, oh, jeez. You're breaking everything, Penny. The guy who's claimed to be a marshal. Yeah, that's a fun one. Guy's an idiot. Does your dog say certified with that cute? No, Penny, wait, no, stop, no, you're gonna knock everything over. No. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good girl. I'm gonna go put her away. Okay. No. She's very excited to be here. I don't let her in here that often because there's a lot of stuff. Come on. Hi, folks. Dog Street Fund, I will make sure that goes to her. Oh, and thank you, Irene, as well. Whew. Oh, she's an active girl. Anyway, why do I support Nasty Nathaniel? Because he's not Glenn Serio. We had a good long talk about that, and we talked before his video with Glenn, after his video with Glenn. He's like, I don't really want to do it, but hopefully I can fix him, right? I can address some of the issues, and then afterwards, like I don't want to associate with Glenn ever again. People make mistakes. Nasty Nathaniel is willing to admit his. I respect that. And I think that we shouldn't reject someone because they make mistakes. I think that's, if we can work with people to fix their mistakes, that's going to make the world a better place, really. As cheesy as it sounds. Now, Jeremy, I tried to help. I tried to help him fix the mistakes. He rejected it, and he decided to go after me. So now I don't try to help him anymore. If he wanted to apologize for stolen valor claims, I would be willing to change my mind on that, I think. But should we try to get Jeremy in touch with the Sovset, see how that goes? I would pay so much money to see that. Oh, my God. Well, depending on how good it was. But, yeah. Hey, Sarn, thank you so much for showing up, being here, being a part of this. Dewitte versus Don Shipley in the ring. One's a former Navy SEAL, but past his prime. One is not really that fit either, but younger, and also a police impersonator. Sunday. I'd pay to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner. Weighing in at 250 pounds. Jeremy Dewitte. Anyway. What's the deal with the wife versus the mistress? Jeremy's like, well, I'm Muslim, so I can do it, and my wife's okay. And if that's true, that's fine. Good for them. But yeah. What kind of... Oh, man, I'm going to get such good treats. Road trip. Yeah, Oh, the mod KG91? I should. I think I will. We're going to try it out, see how it compares. Angry cop video about some unit handing out AR-15s. Oh, I did see that. And he's really emotional about it. You might not be able to tell really, but this is a very serious thing. And he's feeling it, and I'm feeling it too. It was nuts. They were talking about angry cops. Made a video about situation in, I forget where, with training, where the leadership was allegedly pretty garbage. And I want that dealt with. I really want that dealt with. I've had my share of bad leadership. And no thank you. Penny hits the buzzer for the win. Oh, yeah. Hank. I noticed that, too. He met Jennifer 3 times and is already saying I love you to her. Okay. She must be a very good kisser. That's probably what she's really good at. Really knows how to... You're wondering if JD was an ROTC dropout? I mean, well, JROTC, sure. ROTC, he'd have to go to college. I don't know that he's ever been to college. I think he trained with his recruiter when he was trying to go into the National Guard. And he gets a lot of his information from that. But I think it doesn't go beyond that. In fact, I know it doesn't go beyond that. Oh, yeah. No, I am about freedom of speech. Well, it's more, you got the freedom to do it. I might disagree with you, but who am I to decide what you should or should not say, right? There are things I say that people disagree with. There are things that people say that I disagree with. I'm more about, I'm not going to necessarily challenge you for what you say, for your opinions, but if you're trying to pass them off as facts and I have information to refute them, I will challenge them. For example, some guys like, police are garbage. Well, let me go give you the full story. And then I have to leave. I'm going to leave you this story. I have a video being like, is the thin blue line flag desecration? And I posit, no, it's not, and here are the reasons why. Now, you can dislike it all you want, but legally, no, it's not desecration. And I get a lot of hate from people who disagree on that video, and I have a lot of very fun conversations with them. I have a lot of fun conversations in my videos. The Sovereign Citizen ones, excellent stuff, some of them. Oh. So this guy's like, no, police, thin blue line flag represents like liars and blah, and we have to hate them. Like, you know, it's people who have fought for the flag know better. Blah. I'm like, well, I didn't fight, but I served for the flag. I'm a soldier, and I disagree with you. What do you think about the thin green line flag if you don't like this one? He goes, well, that one's fine because soldiers don't lie to accomplish things. Like, yes, they do. Have you never heard of, what was it, Abu Ghraib? Was that it? Like, there are a lot of shady things that happen in the military. There are a lot of things that should not happen that happen in the military. And I'm happy to have been in the military, but like there's shady stuff everywhere. It's just that it becomes amplified with authority. And so, no, there are issues with the military for sure. And I'm like, whoa, bro, what are you talking about? Like, obviously you don't know as much as you think you do. So what about military police, though? Are they bad because they're military and police? He goes, anyone who lies to the public is a bad person. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, you know, police are allowed to lie to you legally, but if we lie to the police, it's illegal. Like, yes, that's obstruction of justice. Like, police can do things that civilians can't. For example, speed through intersections under certain conditions, et cetera, et cetera. And it got to the point where he's like, no, they're all hot garbage. And I was like, bro, since the late 1980s, 250 people have been identified through six different studies as having been incarcerated through false confessions acquired during interrogation. And obviously, there is a process that you have to follow when it comes to actually lying to people in your custody. There are strong limitations on it, but 250, that's what they've identified. Is it more than that? Yeah, probably. But look at the amount of people incarcerated. In 2016, it was 2.3 million. If we applied it to the 30 years, we'll assume 1990 onward, and assuming that the incarceration rate has been the same, it hasn't. But let's do that. That's 69 million. 250 out of 69 million is, I think, 0.00036%. That's pretty small. There are things that I think require attention more regarding police than 0.00036%. That's just my thought on the matter. So I don't know what he responded. I left my reply and was like, cool. Boom. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Corn Pop? I don't know. Anyway, that's my story. I got to get out of here. You guys have been fantastic as always. Thank you so much. I'm incredibly humbled by your support and your interest in this channel. I'm going to try to put some more stuff out. I have a 10,000 subscriber thank you video because we hit 10,000 subscribers. We end at $150 for the LGBT Heroes Fund. Very excited about that. Can't wait to give that to them and be like, hey, Jeremy, put your money where your mouth is. There are a lot of things can be done with that. And if he does, great. I hope this inspires him to donate. Because he's like, yeah, I support LGBT. Here's my flag. Cool. I'm donating money. I'm giving them flags are great. Money is probably better. And I'm not saying he's bad for doing it. I'm just saying, like, bro. And they're because of him, too. The donation. Every time I catch him in a lie, that's $5. So thanks to him for lying, because now LGBT heroes are getting a little bit more help. Nothing, extreme, but it's not bad. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my Patreon back up. Put the scripts that I'm working on in there because I've been writing stuff but haven't been producing it. Somewhere in this this video, the Discord's been posted a few times. There's also there's a word I'm looking for. Rennie just posted a thing. Sorry, it's been a long day. PayPal. We have a PayPal account that Rennie just posted. Rennie's my mod. They don't take a cut of the money like YouTube, although YouTube is much more convenient, so I understand the whole thing. There are people that ask, like, what's the best way to donate? That's probably the best one. There is a merch store, Etsy.com/shops. Hold on. Yeah, Etsy.com/shop/Sergeant Blue Bacon. And that is now in the chat. If you know, there's some fun t-shirts, whatever. I'm working on making some more. Yeah. Oh, Grizz says you can claim to be a veteran is freedom of speech. Yes, claiming to be a veteran is freedom of speech until it becomes fraud. Stolen valor only applies, and that's a great point. I'm actually glad you brought that up. Stolen valor applies if you're using it to convince people to. Yeah, it's for pecuniary gain, I think is how it's worded in the act. Basically, if you're profiting from those claims, then it becomes illegal because then it's fraud. So if I say, I'm a soldier, give me a free coffee, and I get a free coffee, congratulations, I've just committed stolen valor. If Jeremy is getting work because he's claiming a veteran status, if he's telling people like, oh, I'm a veteran, that's why you should use me because I know military stuff, I can do these escorts better. That's stolen valor because now he's fraudulently claiming to be something he isn't. If I was renting a room in my house, which does not have 6 rooms, it has 12. That's a lie, by the way. If I was renting a room to my house and they said, I'm a veteran and I'm on, disability pay, so I'll always have money for you. And then it turns out they weren't a veteran. Well, I could kick them out for that. And if they're like, oh yeah, I wasn't on disability pay. Well, if we didn't have a moratorium in place, I could also kick them out for that. But it's a whole thing. So if it's once it becomes fraudulent in the sense that you are benefiting from it, then it becomes an issue. DD-214 is my security blanket. I want to get a DD-214 printed as a blanket. I really do. Patty Mayo. Patty Mayo is allowed to do what he does because he's doing it as an actor. There are generally things written into the law that allow actors a little bit of leeway. So, MMCS, Spooku exactly. Misrepresent to make money. JD versus Patty Mayo. Oh, that'd be fun. That would be a good epic rap battle. You can't see me. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I must have hit the thing. That's on me. Hey, thanks for pointing that out, though. Because I can't tell. I have no idea. Because my screen's over there instead of over there. Anyway, but I gotta go. I really do gotta go this time. Everyone who donated, thank you so much. You all have been incredible. We'll try to do this again sometime soon. I'm hoping for next Friday as well. And then I'll try to put out some Dewitte defense debunked videos if I can this week. And I want to address a video he made about Texas. So, anyway. This chat is no longer appropriate for children. Motor One is here. All right. Anyway, you guys have been great. Until the next time, wait for it. I gotta open up my thing to end the stream. Wait, who's too stupid to be spooked? Well, now I have to know. Put it in my comments. All right, folks. Where the this hat? All right, folks. Until the next time. Yeah, let's get a little crooked. Until the next time, folks. No. Until the next time, everyone. Be good. Stay safe.